Hi everybody, thank you for joining me for this week's question and answer video. It's Q&A Monday. I hope everyone's Monday is going well so far. I hope this will make it a little better. I want to welcome new subscribers. Hello, thanks for joining us. I'm a life coach and I'm here to, I hope, provide the information that you guys are lacking to fill in the holes of your experience so that you know what happened to you. When we don't know, when something's traumatic or hurts us and we don't understand it, we don't know what the real reality of the situation is, it often causes guilt and shame, and this can, we can carry this forever if we don't get it out. And one way to do that, besides talking, is to understand it. So please, if I can help you guys understand your experience, give me a chance, ask me a question down below, and tune in next week for the answer. And let me know what you guys think, okay? If I miss your question, I'm sorry. I don't do it on purpose. It's an accident. Please ask me again. If I misunderstand your question, tell me, David, you didn't get it right. You didn't understand. Here it is. Don't worry about repetitive questions. There's no such thing as bad questions. Just ask. Ask anything you want. And all I ask from you is just provide your location. You can even drop in down there and say, hey, Pam from Ohio or something, or from New Zealand. Let us know where you're from, because I think it helps all of us kind of feel a little bit more together. Kind of a validation of our experiences and how bad they are, because there's just so many people that don't understand us, that don't understand what we've been through. And everybody here does. Okay, this is a safe place. Feel free to say whatever you want down below. And thank you. If you think this is helping you or could help somebody else, I'd appreciate it if you could share this video with somebody else and recommend the channel. Thank you. So a lot of you know I recently started a new petition, change.org/stopbullies. This petition is to just do that, to stop bullying, stop cyberbullying, cyber attacks, harassment, all of it, smear campaigns. We need to eliminate this stuff, okay? I started a petition to do that, to hold these social media platforms to their own policies, That's it. They aren't. And they're allowing all of this to continue because it adds so much revenue for them. And so their excuses of we're trying, we're not doing it well enough, but we're getting better and we're doing this and that. No, you're just not doing it. Okay? And I've been in contact with YouTube, legal department, stuff like this, and they're actually helping me, which is amazing. A lot of you know that the reason I started this petition first was because what's happening to me, and there's people stalking me and bullying me and attacking me and harassing me, and I can't get any help for about 5 years now. So I finally am, and this petition is helping do that. And the petition is growing. It started slow, but it is growing. And I have a lot of other things that I'm going to do to start helping this petition grow and get to somewhere to do something for us. So all of you have helped that have signed it and have shared it, and that's why it's growing. I really would appreciate you guys to just follow the link. It'll be in the comment section. It'll be in the description box. You can just go to change.org/stopbullies and just hit the button, sign it. Anyone in the world. This is a global petition, not just America, okay? Every single person that uses the internet. And most of you have all been stalked and don't even know, just to let you know, okay? This is for privacy, for security, and for the emotional well-being of society, okay? So please consider signing it. Thank you very much. And sharing it with someone else. That's how it grows. I want to thank you, Dave and Steve. Thank you very much. Both of you donated to this channel, and I really appreciate it. I can't think of any nicer gesture you could do for somebody you don't know, but give you hard-earned money. I use this money to help other people. I talk to people frequently, sometimes for free when I can. So that's where your money goes. So thank you for helping me, and thank you for helping others. I appreciate you. So I make a suggestion every single week. This week I'm going to suggest something. We need to increase our self-awareness. We need direction. We need to know where we're going. We need to know what we want. I've been helping clients, hundreds of them, for 6 years now. A lot of us don't know what we need. You guys see me hold up my hand a lot. This is our true authentic self, parts of our true self, the most important. And a lot of people may not know what they need emotionally. Some of us do. A lot of you guys aren't real clear on what you value, but you know a lot of things you want to value, or you do. You know your opinion, and a lot of you know how you feel about things, but most of you, I bet, may not know exactly what you want, and you can't get it if you don't know. And these are reasons that our life stays stagnant and goes by fast and we're not happy, okay? So let's know what we want. What do you guys want? Tell me down below if you can. Share, because what you want will help spark things in people that they want and they aren't aware of it, don't know. Self-awareness, let's increase that, okay? Because we tend to lose ourselves in abusive, neglectful, traumatic relationships. And that's a big one, what we want, okay? So what I did is I just looked up a list online of some common things that people want in their lives. I'll put the link down below. I can't remember the name of the site now, but I'll put the link down below. So the 10 most common things that people want, according to clinical surveys. Having love in their lives, being healthy, thinking or having high-paying jobs, looking better, losing weight and toning their bodies, learning new things, living longer with their families, being safe from perceived and real hurt, harm, and danger, being comfortable, having more pleasure to satisfy their appetite and desires. So let's start thinking a little bit more than just be happy. Happiness, okay? Fun, right? Let's be more more descriptive, yeah? We need to increase self-awareness, and here's a little start. Start writing down everything that you want in life. Come up with a plan on how to achieve it, and that plan can change every day as much as you need to, but just know what it is. Have it in front of you, okay, guys? A lot of people say have goals and stuff like that. That's great, especially if you achieve them, but if we don't achieve our goals, then we kind of feel like failures, let ourselves down, and you know, a goal might change. Okay, so let's just call it a plan to get what we want, right? And we can change that plan every day, but remind yourself of what it is every day. Stay focused. Okay, guys? Let me know what you guys want in life. I'd love to hear. I really would. And I think other people would like to see it too. Okay, so let's get into the questions. They are great. First one's from Big Heart. Don't know where you're from. Let us know your location next time, please. Thank you. So nice to see you again. Nice to see you again. Thank you. 6 years ago today, I reached out to you. You were so kind and loving towards me. I was so traumatized, and I didn't know how and why, mostly the way part. David, you played a big role in my healing process. My family and myself truly appreciate you. Thank you very much. I will never forget you, sweet boy. That's very nice. That makes me nice and warm inside. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. You are welcome. I don't remember what I did, but I'll take your word that it helped. Thank you. Thanks for reaching out, and thanks for telling me after all this time. Thank you. Cassie Breeden. Don't know where you're from. Let us know your location next time, Cassie. Thank you. Thank you, David. Your content always is very helpful. And you're right. Some counselors can't help. Thank you, Cassie. And unfortunately, that's true. A lot of us are suffering from complex post-traumatic stress disorder. These relationships, our childhood, our lifetime is very, very complex. Very complex. c-ptsd, I don't know where it is in psychology right now. It's not even in the DSM. A lot of counselors, therapists, psychiatrists don't know what it is. A lot of them don't know how to heal it, to make it better, to help you recover. If this information was available, 27 years ago, it would have saved my life. I didn't need more experiences to learn. I needed someone to show me why, how, what's wrong with you, what happened. I couldn't figure that out all on my own 27 years ago. And so I got involved in another 10-year traumatic relationship that I don't feel was necessary. If I just had some help. I didn't have help, so it was necessary, I guess. Look around, shop around, okay? Just like any other profession, doctors and mechanics, there's good ones, bad ones. The problem with therapists is, unfortunately, a lot of their education stops at the formal level. They go to school, they get their degree, and they tend to not learn too much more. Some, okay? If you have a 60-year-old therapist, or even a 50, if you have a 50-year-old therapist, they probably got their degree 25 years ago, maybe less. That education that they received is probably even older, 20 years more older than that. Do you see my point? So it's unfortunate, it's true, but there are some amazing, amazing counselors, therapists, psychiatrists out there. So all of you are worth it, and all of you need the help that you need. Not just some help, not just kind of help, not just a little help. You need the help that you need to get better, so keep looking, okay? All right. Thank you, Cassie. Let us know where you are. Max, I can't remember where you're from either. I'm sorry, Max. I need to maybe make a list, or you guys just tell me where you're from. Max, I appreciate your outlining the reduced depth of range of conscious. Emotions, perceptions, etc. For Jennifer's Q&A, it reminds me of an article I saw in a wilderness magazine that showed the deer don't see the color red. They only see red as a shade of green, and the depth distance they can see is different, more shallow. I had a dream that a stalker, a giant, was tracking me. I was only dressed in yellow pajamas, and I ducked into a shop to buy an overcoat just to keep warm. It was blue. When I came out of the shop wearing it, the stalker was stomping towards me and vigorously scanning every inch to locate me. But when they looked straight at me, to my surprise, they didn't even see me and went on their merry stomping way. Still scanning, only able to see small yellow colored things, I suppose. I think it is like that, metaphorically. Interesting dream, aren't they? Dreams are crazy. Some of them don't make sense, don't understand them. We may never get answers diagnosing what happened in the dream, but what is extremely important is how you feel. How did you feel, Max? What were the emotions? What was your body doing when this experience was happening? That's what's important. I think our brain comes up with scenarios to mimic the emotions we need to address. So if I'm in a toxic, abusive relationship where I feel like I can't stop what they're doing to me and I feel like I can't escape and I'm hopeless and I'm helpless, I might have some weird dream at night that makes me feel trapped. And it's to say, hey, this is a problem. Fix it. Protect yourself. Get better. I think that's what it is. What were the emotions you have, if you feel like sharing them, Max? And what do you think about that? Do you think that how significant do you think your emotions were in that dream? More than just a color of a coat. Huh? Thank you for sharing that, Max. JD from Ireland. Hi, JD. I very much admire your open and honest approach. I'm also a truth teller and find your honesty very refreshing. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. You're welcome. I love when you said about positive affirmations, and I believe in doing this too. I give myself praise for a job well done because, as always, I achieved it myself with no help from any of my abusers who wanted me to and thought I'd fail at everything. The negative lies they projected onto us are just that, lies. And if we were capable of believing their negativity about ourselves, then it's possible to reprogram our way of thinking and believe all the positive true things about ourselves. Absolutely. Meditation and journaling feelings and diaries is great, as well as expressive outlets such as boxing, weights, art, and music. I do a combo of all these depending on what mood I'm in. Also, Emily's story I can relate to so much because after I moved out of my dysfunctional family home, all I heard down the phone was the latest drama, etc., as a means to still control me. I was the truth teller, scapegoat, for refusing to conform to the ongoing abuse and neglect for decades. When I moved out, I stupidly thought it would stop, but it got worse. They enviously resented my growing independence and life away from them to the extent their toxicity made me ill. Now I'm completely no contact with any of them and feel so much better. Thanks again for your helpful channel and best wishes from Ireland. Thank you very much, JD. The dependency is profound when you try to leave. I compare it to, because it's dependency. Another dependency would be drugs. People that do drugs often will have a group of friends that does drugs with them. This group of friends that do drugs together become very dependent on each other. Don't call me out on my drug use. I won't call you out on your drug use. And we may have problems, but we don't talk about them, right? Because why would I call you out on your problems if I need you? I'll just accept them and just keep you in my life. And when you try to leave that group that depends on you, they try to suck you back in. They do all kinds of different ways, from shaming you and guilting you and threatening you, and right? So that shows you that these are people dependent on you, okay? People that aren't dependent on you don't care what you do. People that care about you and aren't dependent on you care about how you feel. They care about what you need and what you want. They don't care so much about what you do. People that are dependent on you only care about what you do because it's all about them. Make sense? Thanks for sharing, JD. And I'm sorry it's a little echoey in here. I imagine it's probably echoing. I'm in a new office and I need to fix all that. I apologize. JD again. Hello, David, and thanks for the video. I'm going to watch it now. Greetings from Ireland. Thank you. Victoria from the Bay Area, San Francisco. Hi, Victoria. I took your advice. I told my mother that the man who was living in our house sexually abused me. She texted with balloons. She said I was oversensitive. At this point, I have to just walk away. That's right, Victoria. Protect yourself. All of you. First, if you're never sure what to do in any situation, first, protect yourself. Be safe. Your mom, when you were a little girl, didn't do that for you, Victoria. She has a reason, an excuse maybe, but she didn't keep you safe and secure. And she's not too concerned about making you feel safe and secure now. You didn't get what you needed from your mother, and you're not going to get what you need from her now, and it looks like you're never going to get what you need from her. And I'm really sorry, Victoria. I'm sorry for that loss. Grieve. Grieve and accept it. Try to. It looks like you understand, but you're still hurting, I'm sure. I'm sorry, Victoria. If your mom never listens to you, you can always write her a letter. They tend to read them. If there's something you want to say to her, give yourself and her closure. It's just so sad. I think the most significant, I always used to say important, but the most significant relationship I've ever seen is mother and daughter. It's the one that the daughters suffer the most from. I'm really sorry. It makes me really sad to hear stuff like that. That she didn't keep you safe from a sexual predator. And it means nothing to her now. I don't know why she gave that answer. I'm not trying to say I know. I'm hoping it's because she feels so ashamed of herself for failing so miserably that she can't look at it. I'm hoping for that instead of she just doesn't care. I've known mothers who have dropped their daughters off to be abused on purpose because they're busy. They're too busy to abuse them. I've known some sadistic people, trust me. Personally, I've known a mother that used to drop their daughter off to be sexually abused and tortured during the day on purpose. She knew. She wanted that. That was better than a daycare for her. Sick stuff. I hope you're recovering from this, Victoria. I hope you're talking about this and processing it and understanding it and forgiving yourself for any guilt and shame you feel. So sad, Victoria. I appreciate you sharing that because other people need to hear stuff like this. This is really happening, and it's happened to a lot of people that are watching this. Emily Merton from South Africa. At least I remember where you're from. Hi, Emily. I think my memory is coming back now that I'm in a safe place. Every night before bed, I remember something that happened long ago, like the first time I rode my bike. Yeah. A lot of us dissociate, block our memories from things that are too traumatic. And what we want, the goal is to feel safe. That's one of the first things I do with clients is start eliminating stress from the life so our brain can relax. And when it does, a lot of times we can recapture these memories. They're in here. They're in here. Okay? We remember almost everything. But what's significant to us is emotional experiences. Okay? And if you're starting to get memories back that are emotionally significant, that tells you it was too emotionally traumatic at the time. And we may dissociate. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Emily. Next one. Oh, Emily again. You are right. My mom is not well and is very manipulative. She doesn't need me. She can get away from my dad on her own. Maybe she would finally divorce him now that I'm gone. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, we talk about people with personality disorders, and I like borderline. I talk about borderline for this example. Everyone in a borderline's life, right? And the borderline's not better, still exploiting, abusing. The only reason that borderline's doing it because everyone in their life is accepting it. Every single person in a borderline's life is enabling them if they're not getting better. Period. And you know, big changes in our life, the biggest, right? To change my personality traits, who I am, if that's even possible, but they require loss or fear of loss. The number one reason people with personality disorders go into therapy is because they're about to lose somebody or they can't form any relationships at all. Okay? That's why they get help, guys. So if you have a borderline, a narcissist, sociopath, histrionic, someone like that in your life that just continues to do to circular events every day, go back to the same thing. Oh, I'm sorry. You're just enabling them. That's it. Leave them. Say goodbye until you're better. Something like that. And if there's nobody that'll put up with their crap, they'll go get better. We hope, right? But they have that choice and that ability. You know, and Emily's continuing, you know you are with healthy people when you do not constantly worry about how your actions would affect them. That's good. When you are away from them for a while, you go from seeing them as this all opposing scary monster to seeing them as tiny. Why does exercise quiet down your mind? Your brain purely is to just make you better at what you do. It's meant to keep you alive, and so it makes you better at everything you do to keep you alive. Okay? Our network, our architecture is built on the things that we do, our decisions and choices and the things we do repetitively every day. If I'm traumatized, bad things that happen, we didn't keep ourselves safe, our brain is in high alert mode, right? And it's always thinking about that trauma to avoid it. Don't do that again. Don't do that. Keep doing what makes me stay alive. If my brain won't shut up, you know, it's going to get louder. When does it get louder, guys? The end of the day, nighttime, holidays, when things slow down and we reflect and introspect. If you run, your environment is going by you fast. Your brain starts looking for new danger. If you go on vacation, travel, change your environment. It's something I help my clients do. Not just travel, but literally change their environment. Your brain can say, we're not there anymore. We're somewhere new, new dangers. Just like that. You're stimulating your brain by moving. Running in place, you know, stationary bike, stuff like this. It's not the same. Consider doing it outside with your environment moving. You'll do it better. You'll do it faster. Your heart rate will speed up more. Yeah, it'll quiet this thing down. Okay? Traveling, meeting new people, doing new things, changing your environment, exercising. Thank you, Emily. And Big Dave from Tennessee. Hi, Big Dave. When the narcissist is out of your life, but you still feel you need closure because of how they left the relationship in a really crappy way, is it okay to still confront them even though you have no intention of getting back together? And if so, to what extent is okay to do this even though they have cut off all forms of communication? Thanks, partner. Thank you, Dave. If I understand your question correctly, my answer would be it doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter if you contact her again. Doesn't matter what you say. Doesn't matter how many times. It doesn't matter what you do, Dave. So it's okay. And I'm not really sure what the is it okay mean. Are you asking me a legal question? Is it okay to keep contacting someone that is trying to get away from you? Well, if she tells you to stop, right, and ignores your attempts over and over, and you keep knocking on her door every day, I'm not saying you are, but if you do, it becomes harassment. And it doesn't matter who it is. Once I tell you, never contact me again, and you do, you are now harassing me illegally. It's that simple. Okay, that's the legal part. But Dave, really, it doesn't matter, okay? What matters is how you feel about it. If you could go into the future after you contact her and tell her everything you want, how would you feel afterwards? Might be kind of hard to do, but you might start getting that feeling just thinking about it and realizing that's the right thing to do or that's the wrong thing to do. But we may not know until we try. What you're looking for, because here's the question, Dave. What do you want? What do you want? Right? That's the whole point of this video, right? What do you guys want? What do you want, Dave? And what do you want from contacting her? You said when they're out of your life and you still need closure, is it okay to contact them again? So what you want is closure, okay? I'm guessing this person won't give you that. I'm guessing this person didn't, right? You still want closure, you didn't get it, and you're going to try to get it from them. This person may not be capable of giving you that, Dave, because this, to give closure, requires introspection. If I hate myself, I won't look at myself. That's why I don't apologize. That's why I excuse my behaviors, right? Having self-awareness. I got to have self-awareness if I tell you why it's over and how I feel and what I want and need. People like her lack it. And you got to be honest. You got to have integrity. You got to have respect. Because what closure is telling someone the truth. I left you because I'm not in love with you anymore. I left you because I'm not attracted to you anymore. I left you because I'm in love with someone else. And it hurts. It hurts, I know. But it hurts because you lost someone. Because the relationship failed. Because it's over. That's the part that hurts. Knowing why eliminates all kinds of doubt and self-deprivation and hating myself. The truth. Giving someone the truth makes us feel better if you value honesty, integrity, and respect and self-respect. You don't need this person to find closure, Dave. And you trying to might make things worse for you. You might lose your self-respect to contact someone that abuses you. You might get hurt, frustrated. It might make things worse. You don't need the other person. I help people find closure in these kinds of relationships all the time without contacting their abuser, okay? If you want help, let me know, Dave, or find a professional to help you do that. Okay? Thank you, Dave. Thank you very much. Keep asking questions, man. Keep let me know what you think of what I said and keep asking me more. Thanks. And Rose from England. Hi, Rose. Maybe not just him. If I remember right, the last week's video, I was telling Rose that something to the effect that you're probably traumatized from the relationship you're in. So traumatized from this and it changed you and stuff like this. And Rose is saying maybe not just him. Nervous as a child, bullied through school, arguments, parents divorced, mom moved out. And when I was 9 one day, didn't know where. So your mom left, abandoned you at 9 years old. You stayed home all night. Dad worked, took myself to school. So you took yourself to school. Mom had another baby with a guy who was alcoholic, violent when he was drunk. The baby was put up for adoption from age of 1 year. My dad remarried. She was also alcoholic. She didn't like me. That's the basic long time ago. Awful. Complete neglect, complete abuse. And these people that didn't care about you very much, you know, we're with other people now, much later in life, that don't care about us. So if I'm repeating the same relationships in adult as I had in childhood with similar people as I grew up with, I'm not healed from that. I'm repeating it. Once I feel better and understand it and have high self-worth, then I don't repeat it. I go and do new things and finally it works. So I'm glad that you can see that, Rose. I'm glad, and thank you for sharing it. But just know that that's why you're in the relationship you're in now. And so lots of healing and lots of recovery are required, and you are capable. We're all capable of healing from these things, Rose. If you give someone a chance to help you, you'll give yourself a chance to have a life that you want, that you need, that feels better, that you value. Okay, Rose? Sergeant Muffin Badger from Central California, Central Valley. Hello. The ruminating is the toughest part, even months after the breakup. Is betrayal trauma a part of this? The reality that my significant other straight up cheated and lied to me cut deep, and before that was extreme to value on all aspects. My mind keeps reflecting on all the memories, good and bad, but has a hard time wrapping the logic around it. Why be with someone if you plan on just throwing it all away and feeling nothing? But my bad days are getting less and less. Hope I'm not damaged goods now. The smear campaign hurt the most, honestly. No, we're not damaged goods. We just may not be ready to date right now, right? We might have some fears and trust issues and stuff like this. And how could you not? If you trusted somebody with your emotions and your life and your future, and they cheated and lied. Well, you had a question here. Why be with someone if you plan on just throwing it all away and feeling nothing? I'm guessing that wasn't their plan. People like this lack the self-awareness to understand their part in these relationships. Everybody seeks attachment, even avoidant. They seek attachment. As they start attaching, they push you away. But they still keep seeking attachment. And a lot of people may hate themselves and hate other people, but they still seek attachment. They're not very aware of what they're doing or who they are or why, nothing. I'm just guessing. I don't know, okay? But I'm just guessing this person didn't plan on doing all this to you. Just typically, yes, there are people like this, okay? I'm just guessing, and I could be totally wrong, but typically, mostly, people are doing this, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know who they are. We're driven, our brains drive us to stay alive and procreate. The most important thing in our life are our emotional needs. We need them. Without them, we're dying. And a lot of people like this aren't aware of what their needs are, but they're driven to attach to people. And it doesn't work out. They've got a personality disorder. Things don't work correctly. They hate themselves and don't look at themselves. They don't take ownership of anything, so they don't learn and change anything. They're completely dependent on you and everybody. I would guess she's seeking attachment, and she'll continue to seek attachment. And as that attachment occurs, lots of fears and insecurities surface. I'm guessing your relationship started extremely quickly and fast. That you started attaching to her and she started attaching to you before the two of you knew each other. Can you see how fears can surface? If I trust my whole life with someone I just met in 5 days, I'm not going to feel very good with my life in their hands because I don't know who they are. These are personal psychological issues. Fear of abandonment. I may abandon you because I thought you were going to abandon me. And not very self-aware that I have abandonment issues. Maybe I know that I do, but I don't know how it affects other people. I don't know how my actions affect others. I don't feel like I have any control over my life. Can't manage, no power. I'm always at the will of others, and they're dishonest to me and don't tell me the truth. I mean, you know, this is somebody who's been very, very hurt, neglected, and abused growing up, I'm guessing. I'm sorry. Keep trying to understand your experience. Keep asking me questions. Keep learning. Keep talking. Keep healing. It's been nice to watch you over the weeks, months. I think you're getting better. What do you think? Thank you. Saida or Salema from France. Hi, Salema. I keep double checking. Sometimes I have compassion for myself and I do not take too much notice. I go on. Often it annoys me a little bit, and sometimes I get upset about it. I fear that I will never heal from this double checking, and I just add stress to myself. It drains so much energy. Can you explain double checking, please? And is there some advice you can give? Thank you. Thanks, David. Thank you, Salema, very much. Obsessive compulsive disorder is extremely common with people recovering from emotional trauma throughout their childhood. Okay? That's the cause of it. And we, recovering from this, may not have the disorder, but we still have these obsessive compulsive thoughts, and they can be different. Some people will constantly being obsessed of, am I a good person? Am I a bad person? Am I morally correct? Somebody's, very common, did I leave the oven on? Did I shut the garage door? Did I turn off the iron before we left the house? And they have to go back and look, and they have to look in their purse, and they have to check their phone over and over and over and over again. So this is about being mindful of what we're doing. We have self-awareness of who we are, and then we're mindful of the things that we're doing and why and how it's affecting us. Besides help and therapy and stuff like this, if we can stop the patterns of the behavior first, it helps our brains stop obsessing and having this compulsive over and over and over again behavior. We reinforce it and invest in it by continuing to do it. And so if you can limit yourself, I'm allowed to check once, twice. Say I leave the house and I come back on the average 5 times to see if my garage door's closed. Okay? You got to stop it. You got to stop it. There's things going on here, but our choices are reinforcing it and investing in it. I must have left it open. I left it open that one time. Let's go check. No, it's closed. And then I drive away. God, is it open? We're not being very mindful. We're not talking and telling people. Okay? So let's say I can go check, but I'm allowed to check only one time. After that, I can't check. You got to find new things to do. Increase the stimulation in your life, relationships. What do I want? What do I value? What am I doing in the future? What are my plans and goals? These things help. But talking, okay, being mindful, calling it something, right? I have this problem. I always think I left the garage door open. Okay, that's a problem I have, and I continue to drive back and see that it's closed when I think it's open. Well, it can't open on its own, and I just have to trust that. I can go look one time, and after that, I can't look anymore. So maybe I'll call somebody else and tell them I'm feeling this way. There's a lot of things you can do, and that's what therapy helps with. So ask your therapist, Selema, for help, okay? And be aware that our PTSD, our c-ptsd, our traumatic lifelong experiences can develop different kinds of disorders, from eating disorders, addiction disorders, mood disorders, OCD, okay, obsessive compulsive thoughts, very common. In your situation, for the obsessive compulsive thoughts and behaviors you have, we got to stop the behaviors, and it controls the thoughts a little bit. Does that make sense? We keep doing it, you're reinforcing it. Our brains will keep doing what we're better at, or make us better at what we're doing. And that's why we don't like change, right? My brain made me so good at laying bricks for 30 years. Boom, 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 boom. 30 years now, I'm one of the best in the world at it, right? And now they want me to go, build roads. Well, I don't know how to do that. I want to keep, laying bricks. Well, you got to build roads. Okay. You might start thinking about the bricks and obsessing and going back to the bricks. Mindfulness of what you're doing. Stop the behavior. Stop reinforcing it as much as you can. If you can't control it, you need more help, okay? Thank you, Selema. Kim Wilson TV, great video. Hi, Kim. Good to see you again. Haven't spoke to you in a while. I hope you're well. Hope you're very well down in Mexico. There's a lot of people that miss you. A lot of people that want to see your face and hear your voice again. I'll contact you later. Good to see you, Kim. Thank you. Selema. Here's the last question, guys, from Selema in France again. Do you believe in telepathy? Here's my answer. I love questions like this. Actually, I think we have to a little, until some proof against it. I will take it a step further. I believe we are all evolving to communicate in much more deeper ways. Call it telepathy or something else, but I believe it will be much more difficult to lie to each other one day. I absolutely believe that. I absolutely believe it, that we are still evolving, constantly evolving. We have evolved so fast and quickly by being such social animals, building such social interactions, and they've only become more complex and more deeper as time has gone on, right? We were cavemen. One of the first things that happened, we invented fire. Fire allowed us to stay up later at night, to sit around the fire, to gaze into it, and start dreaming and start talking. So, 100 years, 1,000 years into that, we may not have had these very complex relationships yet, but we sure do now. And they're getting more and more and more complex and evolved. And our communication is to get what we need and want with each other. And you have, the few percent that are narcissistic and antisocial that go against all this, but the rest of us are evolving faster and faster and faster, more and more. and we are trying to tell the other person who we are, what we want, what we need, right? And we're only going to get better at that. Will we be telepathic? That specific explanation? I don't know. I don't know if that's how, but we are going to keep getting better and better at communicating with each other. And the best communication requires the most self-awareness, right? If I tell you I'm fine, what does that tell you? Nothing. If I tell you I'm excited, angry, frustrated, do you see that? I'm communicating myself more to you, and it helps. It helps me get what I want and what I need. So we're just going to get better at that. How? Can't wait to see. Don't think I'll be around to see that, but yeah. Thank you for a great question. Salema replied, I love that, David. It would be great if we could not lie to each other anymore, wouldn't it? Delete all insecurity and vulnerabilities and bad communication. We can all just communicate great, and we're all vulnerable. I just can't imagine a world like that someday, for sure. That's it, guys. That's all. Thank you, all of you, for your great questions. Thank you, all of you, for watching this and supporting, and subscribe to the channel. Share this with someone else if you think it will be an advantage to you or someone else. Okay, guys? I really appreciate all your beautiful questions. Let me know what you think of my answers, and please consider supporting that petition, change.org/stop-bullies, right down below. And always, guys, love yourself first, okay? See you next week. Have a beautiful week. Bye.